Good evening, and once again, welcome to my YouTube channel, Maths with Ease by Mr. Kamotho. And in this video, I want us to analyze a situation under Activity 2. And we are told that Omar and Yosef decide to play a simple game with a single fair die. Underline the word single. That means if Omar rolls the die and then he hands over the die to Yosef for his turn to roll, single fair die. The winner is the first person to roll a 6. They take turns to roll the die. Show that is it an advantage to Omar if he goes first in this game? Is it an advantage to Omar if he goes first or if he rolls the die first? And we are told that let O be the event that Omar wins the game. Let O1 be the event that Omar wins the game on his first throw. O2 be the event that Omar wins on his second throw, etc. and etc. The first person to roll a 6 is the winner. There are some things that we need to understand in this question, or before we answer this question. First of all, the probability that Omar will win the game in the first attempt is if he can roll a 6 directly in the first throw, and 6 for the probability that you will roll a 6 in any given opportunity is 1 out of 6, because the die has 6 faces and Omar is going to roll 6 in the first attempt. So he wins in the first attempt. If he doesn't win, then Yosef picks the die and rolls. You see, if he doesn't win, Yosef picks the die and rolls. That means for Omar to win in the second attempt, he will have to fail in the first attempt, and failing means he rolls any other number apart from 6, so that is failing. Yosef has to pick, and Yosef has to fail now. Yosef has to pick the die, rolls his first time, because you can see Omar has rolled his first time. Yosef will pick the die, rolls the die his first time, and he fails to show a 6. That means he shows any other number apart from 6. Again, 5 out of 6. Omar now picks the die, rolls for his second time, and this time round he wins the game by rolling a 6, which has that probability. And I want us to just talk about this is A1, this is A2 when Omar wins the game after the second roll. As you can see, this is basically 5 out of 6 squared times 1 out of 6, which we can easily say it is 5 out of 6 squared multiplied by 1 out of 6, winning Omar winning the second attempt. What about Omar winning the third attempt? He has to throw it the first time and fails. Yosef has to throw it the first time and fails. Omar will has to throw it the second time and fails. Yosef has to pick it, throw it the second time and fails. Omar picks it to throw it the third time and wins. And as you can see, the probability of Omar winning the game after the third throw is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 raised to power 4 multiplied by this 6. And I want us to go deeper into our argument and probably see what is the probability of Omar winning in the fourth throw. First of all, he will have to throw the first time and lose. Joseph throws the first time and lose. Amar throws the second time and lose. Joseph throws the second time and lose. Amar throws the third time and lose. Joseph throws the third time and lose. And Amar now throws the fourth time and wins. As you can see, this is 5 over 6. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 5 over 6. 6 times 1 over 6. Now, I don't think we have a specific time when Omar will be able to win this game. And if nobody throws a 6, this game will continue and continue and continue. So it is telling me that Amar might win the game after the first throw, after the first attempt, which is this one, after the first attempt, or he can win the game after the second attempt, or he can win the game after the third attempt, or even the fourth attempt, and so on and so forth. You see, he can win the game at any given attempt, and let us just say it clearly. So, or means he can talk about it is 0, 1 plus 0, 2 plus 0, 3 plus 0, 4 plus, and you can continue to even have 0, 5 plus, and there is no specific time that Amar is going to win. There is no specific time that Amar is going to win what? That Amar is going to win the game. And this tells me that he can continue to infinite number of times. He will actually continue. They will continue to infinite number of times because they can throw and throw and throw while each one is losing. But what we are expected to know is this. We can continue to infinite times. But if you look at it critically, his first attempt winning means 1 out of 6 plus the probability that Omar will win is he can win it in the first attempt or he can win it in the second attempt. This is squared, as you can see. That is 5 over 6 squared 1 over 6. Or he can win it in the third attempt, 5 over 6 power 4, 1 over 6. Or he can win it in the fourth attempt, 5 over 6, 6, 1 over 6. And now it is now very clear he can even win it in the fifth attempt, which is, of course, as you can see, 5 over 6 raised to power 8, 1 over 6. Plus, we can continue and continue up to infinity number of times. If you are there, you can already see that we have formed what we call a geometric sequence or series. We have formed these numbers you can see here. We have formed a geometric sequence. And a geometric sequence, it has the first term, and in this case, our first term is A, which is 1 out of 6, and it has a common ratio, and the common ratio is when you have term 2 divided by term 1, and you can see this being term 2 divided by this, we are left with the indexed part. So the common ratio is 5 out of 6 squared. Now, interestingly, and I know most of you don't know this, or you have not learned this, because we can get the sum of a specific number of terms, when it comes to the sum of infinite terms, the sum to infinity, it is always in the geometric series, it is always a over 1 minus r. And this is just the case. So if we want to get the sum to infinite, and the sum to infinity is now when we add term 1 plus term 2 plus term 3 for the probability that Omar is going to win the game. Sum to infinity. A is 1 out of 6 divided by what? 1 minus r. R is 5 out of 6 squared. And this, in a nutshell, is simply 1 out of 6 divided by 1 minus 25 out of 36. 1 minus 25 out of 36 is just 11 out of 36. So we have 1 over 6 all over this minus this. And I would want us to see 1 minus 25 out of 36, which is equals to 11 out of 36. So over 11 out of 36. And this is a case where you have a fraction divided by another fraction, and it follows that it is now 1 out of 6. You multiply by the reciprocal of the divisor, which becomes 36 out of 11. And as you can see, by 6 1 by 6 6. So the final submission is 6 out of 11. And 6 out of 11, we can already see if Amar starts throwing the die, the probability that Omar will win the game is 6 out of 11. And as you can see, and as you know, 6 out of 11 is slightly over a half. This is greater than a half, because if we take the denominator still to be 11, then the half is 5.5 divided by 11. But the probability that Omar wins the game is 6 out of 11, which is slightly greater than a half. And this confirms that Omar has an advantage. He has an advantage if he throws, if he does what? If he throws fast. If he throws fast. And that is just like it. Thank you, and let us meet in the next video.